All right, so you're here because you want to put Flipgrid into your course. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is head over to flipgrid.com and set up your educator sign in. So you'll head over here and then you'll use the educator sign up. When you sign up, you'll need to use your SAM credentials. So your shsu.edu online email address. Now, once you do that, you'll be all set up. All you have to do is come back to the educator login, and that SHSU is actually a Microsoft login. So once we do that, we'll just go ahead. It'll be in here. All you have to do is click and get right logged in. Now, the first time that you log into Flipgrid, you won't have any groups, so you're going to have to create a group. I want you to think of a group as a section of your courses. So we're going to go ahead, let's do one for English 1301 section 1. That way you keep everybody separated. It will give you a join code. You don't need to worry about that just yet. And your students will add themselves using their student email. So we're just going to go ahead and click that and click next. So you can see here now it allows anybody with an shsu.edu email to log in and participate. Okay, we'll go ahead and click next. Don't worry about duplicating your topics unless you have several sections and you don't want to redo your prompts for each section, then you can duplicate your topics, but we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so this is your group code. This is how they will actually get into the course, but because if you embed it straight into Blackboard, you shouldn't have to worry about this step. So we're going to go ahead and skip that and go to group. Okay, so here is your board for all of the topics that you're going to have in this particular section of the course. This will be the kind of like the course banner, so you can go in here and change that if you want to. That's what students will see across the top of the Flipgrid page. Now there's two ways to embed Flipgrid within Blackboard. One way is easy, one way is a little more complicated and has potential for glitching. So let me just show you the easiest way. The first way is to create a topic. And let's just say for this sake, we're going to call this one Introductions. Introduce yourself. And of course you want to promote collaboration and community. So you would have to add that into the prompt and reply to 3 other classmates. Okay, so the cool thing about Flipgrid is you can keep them as brief or as long as you'd like them to go on. So maybe a quick 1-minute introduction, maybe a 2-minute, it's totally up to you, however you want to set that up. And then as you slide down, you'll notice that you have the ability to add several types of media prompts. So this could be pretty cool. You can record a lecture and then have them discuss. You could pre-record your lecture and then upload it and then have them discuss. Maybe watch something and discuss. You get the idea. Look at a picture, discuss. This is such a much more interesting way to carry on discussions. Okay, so all we're going to do is slide down to the bottom, look for the big blue button that says Create Topic. Now, this is the important little pop-up that you're going to need. Remember I said there are 2 ways to get this into Blackboard, and this is the easiest one. We're just going to copy this link right here. You'll see it popped up. It said copied. You're good to go. All set. Now we're going to flip over to Blackboard, and we're going to figure out where we want it. So maybe you want to put it in your modules. Maybe you want to put it in a particular module. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is go to build content like I normally do. And instead of item, I'm going to drop down to web link. Okay, so this would be Flipgrid introductions. Here we go. And then for a URL, I'm just going to pop that down right there. I pasted that code that we copied earlier. If you want to give your students some kind of description about this link before they head out to it, I don't know, like click the link and record a introduction for your classmates. I mean, you can elaborate on this however much you want to. And then I'm just going to hit submit so that it will now pop up in my Blackboard course. Here it is at the bottom. Yay! So when I click on it, using this option, it's going to take me out of Blackboard. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to ask for my Microsoft code here. I'm going to have to log in as a student. The student will have to log in as well. And then they'll be taken to this page where they can record their response. Now, as they start to record their responses, you're going to see little squares pop up here of the different students as they answer your prompt. And then the students can actually see each other as well. So they can click on each other's introductions, and then they can leave a response for each one of those, which is really kind of cool. Now, there is a way to lock it down to where only you can see the responses versus community responses, and there's all kinds of additional options we can put into Flipgrid, but this is just enough to get you started and see if this is something that you would be interested in. Now, I did tell you that there's a second way to embed Flipgrid within Blackboard, and it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to go back to this. Let me go back to this setup here. I'm going to go click the share button just like I did last time, so I get the topic pop up. But instead of copying the link, this time I'm going to copy the embed code, which is this right here. Now what this is going to do is going to copy some very scary looking code. I'm going to click it. Nothing's going to happen. Don't worry. Something happened. It copied the scary code. I'm going to flip back over to my Blackboard course. And to do it this way, I'm going to build content, create item. We'll call this Flipgrid introductions. Now I'm not going to put anything in here. I'm going to go straight to this HTML button. Now, I know code is scary, but it's okay. You don't have to know how to do anything except paste. I'm just going to paste down that scary code that I copied over at Flipgrid. You don't have to know what any of this means. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to click update. And when I get the big yellow box, I know I did it right. This is just a preview of the code. When I hit the submit button, we'll see what actually happens within the Blackboard course. Now, instead of coming out to this separate page like this one does, this one keeps it directly here in Blackboard, so everything's nice and tidy, and they can record their response. They'll be prompted to log in if they haven't done so. And that's basically it. That's Flipgrid 2 different ways. There's actually additional ways, but we won't go into that. This is a good starting place. So let me know if this works for you. There is also an option to add grading onto this as well. So that would be a separate video. And if you have any trouble getting it into your course or have different ideas and you're not sure how to make it work best for you in your course, just give me a call.